Okay, so after we start to use breathing directives and put them into our warm-ups for a consistent amount of time, we then want to try to transfer those into workouts. Now, what I've done with my community is just used one workout a week and then really tried to be consistent about the verbiage that I'm using. Now, I have found that a lot of times people don't have much exposure to breath work, and so I try to use gears 3 and gears 4 as my teaching gears, because those are the gears that I find that people really start to experience difficulties, or they start to really kind of cement in like, holy cow, that was crazy, or ask questions. If I really try to start working with gear 1 or gear 5, I don't necessarily think that really kind of like brings it into focus. And so this is what I've done. Call it gears in motion, but first, just a reminder, gear 3 is a focused and deliberate nasal inhale and a focused and deliberate nasal exhale. So our mouth is closed the entire time with gear 3, and I explain to people that this is usually kind of the limits of our nasal capacity, right? We're just at that point where we want to open our mouth. Gear 4 is a focused nasal inhale, but in a focused and deliberate mouth exhale. This is the first time in the gear system we get to use our mouth. So this is the workout that I always start with. It's 3 rounds for quality. It's going to be a 15-calorie assault bike, but we're going to be using gear 3. And what I really try to do is get people to start to really promote a little bit higher intensity work rate, but their mouth is closed. That really will call some attention to how they're breathing and also kind of their position on the bike. Those are going to be things that they'll recall afterwards, but that's what you'll notice. After that, we go right into 15 Russian kettlebell swings at gear 4. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up when the kettlebell is right at the shoulder height, and repeat that. Once you have that, they've completed 1 round of that, rest 2 or 3 minutes in between. During that rest period, I don't try to ask too many questions, just kind of positive affirmations, fist bumps, but pay attention to a little bit about their body language or their demeanor. And then afterwards, ask questions. How did you feel? What were you thinking about? What was your mindset, centered around when we made this shift? Okay. And the second piece is, could you pay attention to your position? A lot of times those are things that people recall and they're like, oh yeah, I felt this. Oh, I was thinking about this. And they're not usually what goes on in a workout when they just 3, 2, 1, go, start with mouth breathing. So again, use your warm-ups for a consistent period of time to start to introduce some of this, but when you start to put the gears in motion, I found it successful to use gears 3 and 4 before trying to start with anything else, because I can really teach what's going on there, but people also are really easily able to recall how they felt when doing that. So give it a shot.